We have Pablo. He's going to tell us about how he got that job at Procter & Gamble.
So I'm basically going to talk about three things: how to get the interview, complete the interview, but most importantly, how to get the job. In order to do that, I'm just going to share my screen. My goal with P&G is kind of what I focus on. It's like a template. First and foremost, specifically at P&G, become a game changer. Their philosophy is if you're not successful in the past, you won't be successful in the future. And it's important to become a game changer because you have to provide a quantifiable difference in what you're doing, not only on a daily basis, but within your college as well. So this could be when you're in high school, you increase the winnings for your soccer team by 30%, or it could be something along the lines of you increase membership for your marketing club by 52%, or maybe 500%. Also, identify the job description. So this could be brand management, or this could be R&D, or this could be finance at Procter & Gamble. Identify where that job description is, and I'll explain about that later. Find a mentor. If you're in finance, find one outside of Procter & Gamble in finance that's respectable, or find someone in Procter & Gamble that's a mentor in finance. Meet with them either once every 3 months or once a month to really get the lingo down of corporate jargon. Yeah. Most importantly, become an expert. So what that really means in this world that we live in, if you wrote a book about marketing and you sold it on Amazon, immediately you're an expert, no matter if anyone ever read it. So unfortunately, we don't have time to write a book. But what you could do is you could write a blog. You could write about a blog about all the game changers, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and why they are a game changer and how they come up with ideas, et cetera, et cetera. You write this blog, you put this on your resume, and now you become an expert in game changing. If you want to write about marketing, you do the same thing of these marketing experts. If you want to do it in finance, you do the same thing. The idea is we're just knowledge sharers, which is extremely important. Then we have here two champions. This is a no-brainer. Find two people within Procter & Gamble that you can build a rapport with, so that when you do interview with them, those two champions, or maybe one of them, would actually email them and say, I've been talking with Pablo for 6 months now, or a year, or 2 years, whatever it may be, and I think that he's a perfect fit for the company. That goes a long way. So that's really going to set you up for success. Yeah. Now let's talk about the job description. This is so money. It's called JobScan, and this is how it works.
Online listings make applying for jobs easier than ever. So why aren't you getting a response from employers? Easy applications means more applicants, which means more competition. Leading companies use automated software tools called applicant tracking systems, or ATS, that weed out many resumes before they even reach a real person. So how do you cut through the noise? With JobScan. JobScan uses artificial intelligence to get your resume past the filters. We've reverse engineered their systems to create an intelligent tool that provides proprietary insights to optimize your resume at a much deeper level, so you can tailor your resume for each job based on precise keywords and skills most valued by the company. JobScan can even optimize your LinkedIn profile, so company recruiters find you before you even know they're looking for your skill set.
So what I really love about this company is that it puts you on the top of the profile for all the companies you'll be applying for and make them very tailored. But most importantly, it also goes through and cleans up your LinkedIn profile so that companies will start reaching out to you because you're considered a perfect fit for that specific industry. And when you apply at Procter & Gamble, you have to actually take an assessment. So spend the $40. You're going to get your money back. Like, this is incredibly important. Yeah. So there's assessment training, which has 460 questions. You're really going to be buttoned up. You're going to be a top-tier individual when you do apply. And they also have it for this company as well. It does it as well, graduate first. And it might be slightly cheaper. I don't know which one's better, but I'm the type of individual that does both. Yeah. And then there's a mock questions that you can go through, and it's right here as well. Now, when you do interview with them, there's this really cool thing called Vault Scribe at Procter & Gamble. We'll put all the links down below. Yeah, but the biggest key nuggets here is when I interviewed with them, I asked these two questions, and their mind just blew up. What type of courses can I take while at P&G? I've read a little bit about Procter & Gamble College. Once I stayed at P&G College, they just spent like 20 minutes talking about it, and they were so excited. Yeah. And then another one was, with so many options these days for consumers these days, and brand loyalty seemingly on the decline, what is P&G strategy for the 21st century to keep and attract customers? Yeah. Struggle that P&G competes against is private label, not only within on Amazon, but private label within CVS. So like you'll have an Olay Regenerist versus a CVS Regenerist, and it's $15 cheaper. Sometimes those products could be just as good. So it's an interesting conversation that to be fully aware of. So like if you really want to work at Procter & Gamble, they always ask the question, why P&G? This could be done at the interview or also done at the career fair. P&G's mantra is about touching lives and improving life. So again, that's P&G's about touching lives and improving life. You never want to say, I just want to touch lives and improve life. It doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is you want to fill within that mantra. So something along the lines of, I want to work at P&G because I really want to build products that people not only just want, but can change the way that they live. And then maybe provide a little bit more, but that's just a quick scenario. Now, this is why you're here. This is so money. This is going to get you the job, and then you're just going to reply to us, and you're going to give us, a quarter of your paycheck, and that's the way it should be. So this is P&G Success Driver. So when they are looking for people that really exude these success drivers, and there's 9 of them. So it filters within power of minds, power of people, and power of agility. And it breaks down to, in power of minds, it's 3 key areas. This individual thinks and acts decisively, and it kind of explains it some more. They leverage mastery, and then they innovate, and then most importantly, reapply. And then power of people is that they lead their teams. They build diverse and collaborative relationships, and then they grow capabilities. And then the power of agility is about being in touch, being aware of the current situation that we live in, embrace change, and then operates with discipline. So then this is so funny because who has this document are the people that are actually interviewing you. And then they're going to ask these specific questions. So not only that, here's all the questions, and here's all the probing questions that they're going to ask as well if they're not getting what they want. And then here's the rubric. So from a scale of 1 to 5, they're going to rate you if you fit in within this category, if you fit within this category. So that when you interview them, whether it's a telephone interview, which you'll probably only have to cover up maybe like 4 of these topics, but I know in an actual interview, you have to have stories for all 9 of them. So that when they ask you a question about how do you lead your team, you got to make sure that the way you answer how you became the captain of their soccer team, that it fits right in here. And then what you do is you then check that box off. Like you cross this baby out, and then they ask you another one, and you make sure that you fit that story within here. And when you answer those questions, do it within a CAR format, which is context, action, and result. And every time you provide a result, make sure that you put a darn number next to it because that's extremely important. Yeah. So context is like painting the picture. I was in high school, and like I was captain of my soccer team, right? We're still playing with that one. Action. I became the captain. I became the captain because I just led the teams. And then the result was last year we won these many games, and then this year we won these many games, which was actually an increase of 32%. You really touched this box of leadership. And then you would check that box off, and then you would just go on to the next one and go on to the next one. Yeah. Why this is so important? Because here is the scorecard. Boom. Thinks and acts decisively, check 5. Leverages mastery, check 5. Check 5. If you're all 5, you're gonna get the job, and then you can actually negotiate a better salary moving forward because you are a top tier candidate in their eyes. So, yeah. Anything else?